Thank God I always slept with my phone on silent. Josh had been busy after he'd left the restaurant. I'd missed 17 drunken texts and had 2 voicemails, all anchored around the theme of how we had something really special and we could go the distance, before pivoting into how I was an ugly slut. I skimmed the first few before deleting the voice messages without listening to them. I blocked his number but didn't bother to hide my social media from him. Allowing old dates to see how much better I was doing without them was a favorite pastime of mine, and I would hate to rob him of that opportunity. One of the best features in the apartment was its heated floors. The moment my toes touched the twinkling black marble, they were greeted with the warm kiss of walking on obsidian sunshine. I turned on the tea kettle and scooped the ground coffee into the French press, just as I did every morning. My eyes drifted to the smudges on the window, and I frowned. The morning light reflected beautiful shades of yellow and orange off the warehouse's floor-to-ceiling glass and snaking river, illuminating the imprint of my face, forearms, and hands. Pale yellow light caught the streaks where I'd clenched my fingers into fists. My toes curled at the memory, thoughts longing for the scent of moss. Normally I'd wait for the maid, but I wasn't sure if I wanted her seeing my near-perfect outline. But cleaning was a post-coffee task. I pressed a few buttons on my phone, and it connected to the apartment's sound system. In the mornings, I kept the music happy and easy. I toggled over to a beachy playlist that I'd loved while lying poolside in the tropics. My therapist had agreed that veering away from the lyrical tragedies of soulful ballads had done wonders for my mental health. The happy beats pulsed through my apartment, loud enough for me to twirl, while quiet enough not to disrupt my slowly waking soul. The apartments had been blissfully soundproofed, so even if the owner of the penthouse had owned a buffalo, the reinforced floors never would have let on. I didn't worry about the volume as I let the music carry me to distant memories of 90-degree weather, to sand between my toes, to sunny days, to smiling faces, and to a life far, far from this one. I grabbed the oat milk from the fridge and stared back at the small pieces of sentimentality I'd allowed myself. I had a magnet with the cover of my first book that had sent me into hysterics the first time I'd seen the trinket in a bookstore. A second magnet at the Colombian flag secured a picture of Nia and me grinning in the autumn sun, while Kirby held a bucket of apples over their head like it was a UFC belt. It was one of the few bits of evidence that I had friends. Beside it, a small, grainy, black and white photo of my great-grandma holding my infant grandmother on the shores of the Norwegian fjords was one of my only tokens of sentimentality.